Hey guys, do you mind if I just chill? It's funny because I'm hot, but I have this blanket on to cover up, because I got on shorts and I don't want to be showing all my business. Like I got on pajama shorts. Anyway, I had to come back on here again and just talk about how that challenge has just really woke me up. I don't know. That challenge really woke me the F up. Like, it just really, I already know how powerful food is, but I really understand how powerful food is. Okay, first of all, I'm not going to repeat everything I said in the last video. I did a challenge for 7 days. So let me turn my ringer off. I did a challenge for 7 days, low natural sugar. And I talked about how it affected my digestion, bowels, and, caused extreme deadly gas and bloating and all this stuff because of what I was eating, since I wasn't able to eat the amount of natural sugar I normally do. So go check out that video because I don't want to repeat everything, but it hit me as well. So I don't know if you guys saw some of my other videos about how I figured I had back pain, excruciating back pain for almost a year, and I finally found out, because I got an MRI, that I had a bulging disc. And there was also another ailment that was going on, and it was because of the bulging disc was affecting that. I never really talked about that ailment and what it was, and I wasn't going to until it's completely healed. But anyway, so I had two things going on, right? So about 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, we got a new bed and I started physical therapy. After 3-4 weeks or so, I was feeling so much better, to the point where I'm going to insert this clip with my physical therapist. I'm going to insert the clip here. This is my physical therapist. He whipped me into shape, y'all. I'm feeling so much better. Thank you. You and Christine. Is it Christine or Christina? Christine. They were both working with me, taking turns. When they get tired of me, then they push me off to the other. But he hooked me up. Thank you so much. This is my last session. I'm going to miss you.
I'm proud of you. Keep
Bye.
it up, okay?
So as you see, I was feeling that much better to the point where I was like, I don't need you no more, bruh. But I'm going to, I told him I'm going to keep doing the exercises on my own. I'm not going to stop that. But as far as coming to the physical therapy, I felt like, I didn't really need to, because the things I do with him, I can actually do on my own anyway. So, but I was still going to just keep it up, until it had gone, a few months without pain. Like, I wanted to make sure it was literally, just anyway. So I did that 7-day low natural sugar challenge, and towards the end of it, my back started hurting again. And I was like, what the freak? I didn't even think about anything that it had to do with my food or anything. My back started hurting again, and that other thing was feeling not as bad as it was, but it was like happening. It was feeling a certain type of way again. And so let's see, I stopped the challenge last Friday. So towards the end of it, like maybe the last, maybe day 6, day 7, maybe day 5, day 6, day 7, or was it after the challenge when my back started? I don't know. Anyway, somewhere towards the end or a couple days after, the back was doing that again, and just hecka uncomfortable and just really intense. And I was like, what in the world? How does this happen? Like, it was better. What? And then I went to ChatGPT and I was like, yo, Chat. I forgot what I asked him, but I said I did the 7-day low natural sugar. I was eating a lot more fat than normal. I was eating a lot of soy in the form of tofu, and a lot more sodium than normal. And remember, I made videos about how, like, when before I found out I had the bulging disc, and I just thought I had regular back pain and inflammation, how I was focusing on inflammatory foods. No, sorry, non-inflammatory foods, right? So I went to chat and I was like, yo, chat, I did this challenge and this is what I was eating. So chat said, when you did the low natural sugar challenge, you mentioned before, because me and him was going back and forth prior to this question, but he said, you mentioned before that you replace you replace fruit with higher foods in sodium, fat, soy, and tofu. That kind of shift can affect your inflammation levels. Ciao. High fat intake, especially processed foods, high fat intake, especially processed oils, lots of tofu / soy can increase systemic inflammation. For someone who is healing from a bulging disc, inflammation can worsen and slow healing. Low fruit intakes means you have missed out on the natural anti-inflammatory compounds, hydration, and fiber that helps your body recover. Extra sodium can cause water retention, which sometimes adds pressure in areas where they're already sensitive, like your lower back. Gut changes, like more gas, bloating, constipation. Go check out my last video about that. Also increase abdominal pressure, which can strain the lower back and make a bulging disc feel worse. So yes, your pain coming back could very well be linked to the increased fat and the sodium, plus less fruit-based anti-inflammatory support. What was my thinking? Like, I know that these foods are non-anti-inflammatory. Wait, non-anti-inflammatory or anti-inflammatory? Oh, I know that those fruits are anti-inflammatory, and I know that's what I needed to be eating because that's what I was doing before. I was making a smoothie, an anti-inflammatory smoothie. I was eating lots of fruits because this was going to help me heal my back. Why didn't I think about that before I did the challenge? Why didn't I think, oh, I better not do a low natural sugar challenge because that's going to be lowering my anti-inflammatory foods? Why didn't I think of that? Like, I totally didn't even think of that. Anyway, oh my gosh, like, that's crazy. Like, I didn't even think about that. So during those 7 days, and it was only 7 days, I literally drastically reduced the anti-inflammatory food intake I was doing. And that's probably why I've been having issues again. So needless to say, I'm just back to my regular normal diet of high raw plant-based, focusing on fruits to get everything together with my stomach, get my healing back with my back and the other thing, and just get back to normal, man. I regret big time doing that challenge. Like, I've never felt like this about any challenge I've done. But then again, I've never had a challenge that affected me. So, I've done challenges like watermelon challenge or potato challenge where my stomach was hurting. But, you know, it went away like after I stopped the challenge. Like right away, I was back to normal. But this is some stuff that's like still going on and I ain't even doing the challenge no more. So, I'll be back to normal soon. But I was just thinking how powerful food is, or taking away certain foods that you really need, especially when you're in a healing journey, how it can just affect you. Like, that's crazy. Like, I didn't even trip off of that. Like, not 1 second did I think, oh, I better not do a low sugar challenge because that's going to take away the anti-inflammatory foods that I've been eating to try to heal my back. It's like I totally went backwards, yo. Anyway, I just wanted to say that, you guys. So here's also the thing. Doing a low natural sugar challenge might not affect everybody the same because everybody doesn't have the same kind of hunger I have. Sorry, guys. The next video clip, somehow, I don't know what happened. I don't have it anymore. So I'm just going to say what I was going to say, and I'm just inserting a picture so I could do a voiceover. Anyway, not everybody has the same hunger I have. So this kind of stuff might not have happened. Lowering my fruit, because I was lowering my fruit, I needed things to satiate me more, especially during the week when I'm teaching. I eat a little bit more because I have one extra snack that I don't have on the weekends when I'm just at home. So I was eating a lot of tofu because it was satiating me because of the protein. I was eating more nuts, which is more fat added than normal. Just eating more things that is not a normal part. I do eat fat every single day, but I'm just saying I was eating more things on top of what I normally do because I'm trying to replace it with the fruit. So everybody might not experience that because everybody might not need to find things to fill them up more, which would result in more protein or more fat. So everybody's experience might not be the same as mine. But I'm just a woman who has a bigger appetite, especially during the week when I'm at work and I'm moving around, I'm out and about, my mind's going, I get hungrier. So I had to find things to satiate me. Normally my my snacks that I eat that are fruit, the mid-morning and the afternoon are, more fruit, which is more, it fills me up more. But since I couldn't do that, sometimes just strawberries or just the cherries and the bell peppers alone wouldn't work. So I might have had to add some more nuts, or I had to add some more tofu to just satiate me more. So anyway, the point is I ate a lot more fat than normal, a lot more soy for the protein via tofu than normal, and a lot more sodium than normal. So because of that, it affected me, my stomach, my digestion, and now I see that it has affected my bulging disc and brought back symptoms. But I'm going to reverse all this and get myself back to normal by just going back to my regular high raw balanced lifestyle. So I pray that everything will just be much better within the next week or less than a week, so I could just go on with my life and get back to where I was before this dumb 7-day low natural sugar challenge. I will never, well, I won't say I won't ever do it again, but if I do it again, I have to go about it a different way where I'm not eating so much more fat than normal, so much more soy, so much more sodium. I have to figure out a different way. But it's hard because of my hunger, the way my hunger works. Yeah, when I'm out and about. When I'm at home on the weekends, it's different. I don't need as much. I still need my, 3 main meals and 1 snack, but during the week, I need 3 meals and 2 snacks. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Sorry about all these videos regarding this challenge, but I have to share my experience because that's what I do. I'm a content creator. I share. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.